Guys, your pontiff is back. Archibald Chesterfield III, AC3. Guys. The date today is the 10th of March. Quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso Grande date. Guys, I want to talk to the audience here. And I want to talk about wristwatches. What do you do in this market? Okay, let's just recap if you've had your head in the sand. Coronavirus has hit the world. Stock markets are in free fall. Humble me, Archibald Chesterfield III. My 401k in Australia called superannuation has gone from 122,000 to about 108,000 as we stand today. Yes, market is being devastated. We are writing billions off the world. The end is nigh. And this is a question. The end is nigh special update. Buy, sell, trade your watches. What should you do? What would I do? I am your pontiff. Your pontiff is here to answer these questions, and I've got to tell you what I would do is calm the fuck down. So many people out there are nuts, absolutely nuts. Guys, just calm down. Okay, we got a bit of a storm, we've hit a bit of turbulence. Guys, now what do we do? So let's have a look here. Oil is fucked. We're in the middle of an oil war. Prices are plummeting. If you are in the tourism industry, cruise ship industry, airline industry, you're fucked. If you were in the toilet paper manufacturing industry, you're going to do really well. Essential foods, really well. So the question is, what do? We are seeing catastrophic collapses, global collapses. And what do you do? The average guy's got some Rolex, got a couple of wrist watches. What should he do? Okay, my advice to you is as follows, okay? I alone hold the crystal ball of the future. Now, guys, the reality is, if you were contemplating selling at the moment, I would use any proceeds. I think, look at it this way. If you have a lot of consumer debt, I would sell and repay consumer debt. You don't want a lot of credit cards, personal loans. You don't want lines of credit. You want to try and reduce high interest credit. If you basically have a mortgage, you have 401k, you got a little bit in savings, you got a little bit in stocks, I wouldn't be dumping my wristwatch portfolio. No. I got to be honest with you. I think quality wristwatches will basically hold. Now, there's going to be a bit of a stormy period. You may see some prices fall, but I think all in all, having survived the 2008 sort of disaster, I can tell you what happens. Wristwatches which are problematic, i.e. you got a Rolex president with the wrong bracelet, it's a bit scruffy. Yeah, they'll kind of fall. Breitling, Panerai, IWC, I wouldn't be buying that for a long-term hold. That's going to fucking plummet, because what'll happen is people will want to get money in and they'll want to get rid of the dog shit first. So dog shit wristwatches will never be good. I gotta tell you time and time again, Squally is worthless garbage. It's worthless fucking garbage. Squally is garbage. CW, any of that shit, you know, affordable shit, it's garbage. I would say to you, if possible, buy quality pieces at fair prices. I gotta be honest with you, I'm a paddock and pussy man. Paddock and pussy man. I'm a traditionalist. I like mish, paddock and pussy. And I gotta be honest with you, totally honest. I think the Aquanaut and the Nautilus market at this ridiculous triple or double retail is unsustainable. That will have to come back, okay? However, the Calatrava market, let me tell you this, the Calatrava market, you're buying below retail, they're a little bit soft. It is gold standard buying. That stuff, you're buying it cheap. It will very, very easily, safe as houses, if anything. Currencies, I don't put my faith in currencies. US dollars, euro, Great British pounds, Aussie dollars. No. The only currencies you really back, the euro, the US dollar, the Great British pound. That's about it. These other crap, stay out of them. If you're in Australia, having wristwatches is a hedge against currency manipulation. So I definitely say wristwatches. You got to buy safe. I got to tell you something. The markets are crashing around the world. I currently am selling a Rolex. No, I'm not selling a Rolex. I'm selling a Patek. A Patek Philippe. This is the said watch here. Patek Philippe 5296 Calatrava. Guess what, guys? Guess what? I've had 3 buyers. 3 people want this watch. A guy, the first person to put a deposit down gets it. And that's what's happened. That watch sold in hours of being listed. A guy in Melbourne. Guy in Melbourne has secured this, but I've got 2 backup buyers. If it falls through, I got 2 people saying, hey, if it falls through, I'll buy it. So I got to tell you, quality Pateks like that, that is blue chip buying. That will always, I'd rather put my money in that than Aquanaut or Nautilus, you know, because that's overinflated. That is quality. It's cheap. And I can tell you now, when the world is about to implode, because the world is fucked. Pateks like that will go up. They'll go up. Rolex. I wouldn't be buying shit huge prices. I'd be worried. Would I be buying Daytona Pandas, Daytona Black Dials? Not at the moment. I think you got to buy things that are value. I would buy pre-ceramic. I would buy Explorer 2, Explorer 1s, any of that stuff. Air King, 40 mil. That's good buying. Milgauss is great buying. You know, I'd get that sort of stock. That stuff is very, 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 very saleable. If you've got the money, I tell you now, guys, this is an official announcement. If you have the money, and I mean, look, guys, I'm not down on you if you don't have the money. I've had to lick assholes all my life, but let me tell you this. Now is the time to buy Patek. The world is over. The world is going to collapse. It is going to fucking implode, okay? Now, I can tell you this now. If you've ever wanted a Patek, a dress Patek, now is the time to pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. I tell you now, we're all going to die of this coronavirus. It's going to spread like Ebola. And what's going to happen is the Russians are going to, they're going to get this Ebola, they're going to get this virus, add an Ebola element, it's going to fucking wipe out everyone. That's what's going to happen, man. I can tell you this now. this is what happens when you start playing with viruses in a military testing laboratory in Wuhan, China. The Russians are going to get on and add an Ebola element to it. It's going to fuck the world over. Now, seriously, guys, I got to tell you, if you've got seriously big consumer debt, okay, sell and pay off consumer debt. If you've got a mortgage, that's the cheapest money you'll ever have. If you've got a prestige European car in the driveway, try and pay the fucking thing off. If the lease is coming up, give the keys back. Give the keys back to the dealer, or just continue having that vehicle. Do not upgrade to a new Audi, new BMW, new Mercedes. No. I wouldn't do that. Keep your cash. Keep your cash. Would I be buying watches? Well, as I said there, if you have got savings, I would put savings into classic Patek. I would buy Steel Sports Rolex, not the Daytona, standard Steel Sports, good value. For example, at this point in time, a good friend of mine, he bought a Sea Dweller 4000. That's the 40 mil Sea Dweller ceramic. Now, he paid close to 20,000 Aussie for it. He didn't listen to me, didn't come to the pontiff. I would have said, buy pre-ceramic Sea Dweller. That's what I would have bought. You got that for 11, 12, 13 Aussie. That's what I would have done. That's where I would have gone. But he didn't want to listen, to your pontiff. If you already own a Sea Dweller 4K, hold. If you have a lot of consumer debt, pay the fucking thing off now. We're about to implode. The world has never seen these times before. Let me tell you this. If you own quirky shit, get rid of it now. Get rid of it. Pam, get rid of it. IWC, dump, pump and dump. If you've got Panerai, look, keep one or two, get rid of the rest. Get rid of put it out to market. Get out now. Get out whilst you still can. If you've got Steel Sports Rolex, hold. Would I go in now? Let's just clarify a few scenarios. So if you have a lot of consumer debt, credit cards, personal loans, line of credit, afterpay, all this shit, reduce that savage, nasty debt. If you've got mortgages, hold on the mortgage. Hold. I wouldn't be rushing to pay it off, but I wouldn't be rushing to sell and gear up. Just hold mode. If you have always wanted a Patek Philippe, if you've always wanted one, now is the time to get it. Believe you me, coronavirus is going to wipe out the population. They've just closed off Italy. It's going to happen in Israel. China, what you don't know how China handles this, there will be death squads, okay? There will be death squads in certain parts of the world. I'm not going to name countries, but there will be death squads, which anyone who's got a fever is dead. I'm telling you honestly, seriously, you always wanted a Patek, grab it now. You always wanted a Patek. I'd buy dress Patek, white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, platinum. Always wanted a Patek. Get it now because the world is about to end. If you've got Nautilus or Aquanaut and you can get out, you got a buyer, get out. Go for good value pieces. If you've got Steel Sports Rolex, let's have a talk about this. Let's talk about this rationally and calmly. Let's look at a few scenarios, okay? Say, for example, you're a typical flipper. You're heavily in debt, and you've got 100,000 in watches. My advice to you is get rid of the debt. Get rid of the debt. Keep 1 or 2 or 3. Get rid of the debt, man. You're not going to fucking survive having high finances there. That's not a sensible thing. If, say for example, you got a mortgage, you got a couple of kids, you got a car, a little bit old, now's not the time to start buying bigger real estate. Now is if you've got a few watches, just hold, be comfortable. In fact, if you are middle class and you got a bit of money, buy the paddock, the dream paddock you've wanted, the dress paddock. Get it. There's a fair chance you'll be dead in 6 months' time, okay? So just fucking buy the paddock you've always wanted, the dress paddock. Buy it now. If you own Nautilus or Aquanaut, I'd be getting out. Now, I wouldn't necessarily be, giving it to somebody. I'd be holding on to my assets because we're going to have Goon Squad. That's where anarchy's going to break out. Look, in Australia, the virus hasn't even hit. They're fighting. They're killing each other to get toilet rolls, canned vegetables, canned meat, rice. It's going to be anarchy. There is going to be a slaughter. So I'd be very careful with my assets. Seriously, I would say average collector. Let's say average Joe. This is a good friend of mine. Guy in Melbourne. What's his name? Mario. So you got a couple roll eyes. He's got some pre-ceramic minty, a couple of Mega. Just a nice middle-class guy. Just hold. Hold, Mario. Hold. Maybe, Mario, if you got rid of the Monaro, the vintage Monaro, get rid of that. Get yourself a dress paddock. You're one and done. Done. One paddock. One and done. Say, for example, you're a younger person who's used a bit of credit to buy a few watches. Well, I would reduce your debt. Hold a few, just ride out the storm. Okay, so now the question is, as the investor, what would I do with money now? We're in terrible times. It's terrible. The Pontiff is here to give you the direction. Honestly, if you have, say you had 50,000, I wouldn't put it in shares. I wouldn't put it in the savings term deposit. Forget that. That money will be worthless. My advice to you, I would build a little decent collection. I'd be looking at adding a dress paddock. I'd add a Rolex, an Omega. Just build a nice 3 to 4 piece combo meal deal hunger buster. That's what I do. When Armageddon comes, when the goons with the machine guns come around, you want to have a paddock on your wrist when they shoot you. Die with dignity. Die with dignity. Yeah, so that's what I would be doing, guys. So don't panic. If you've got, I think now would be a great time. Aquanaut, Nautilus people, get out. If you are a middle class guy who's got a few watches, all you got is a mortgage and maybe a few little bit on credit card, pay the credit card off, take the money out of the term deposit, buy yourself a paddock. Get that paddock. Get the paddock. The pussies will come to you after you get the paddock. Believe you me, I can tell you this. But I would be very careful. Get rid of shit if you've got like stuff that's mismatched, not quite right. Get rid of that garbage. It's going to be soft. That always takes a big tumble. Rolex, would I sell Rolex? Not necessarily. I would only sell Rolex to buy dress paddock. That is the only bit of advice I would give you there. If you found a nice Calatrava, yep, sell them, and that's okay. But I wouldn't really be. I would be holding on to my watches. Remember this: when the Indonesians invade Australia, you'll be able to fly out with a bribe. You'll be able to bribe your way out of things. Get the paddocks. AP, I think the Royal Oak line is pretty safe. Stay away from that 1159. That's what nobody will fucking want that. Stay away from softer models in AP. Vacheron, ooh, Vacheron. That's the Chinese market. Stay the fuck away from Vacheron. Even my foe made a video saying that Vacheron that's going to be belted. It's fucking terminal. They put all their money investing. They put all their advertising dollars into Chinese punters. Well, I'm afraid that punter is no longer a good punter. So, yeah. Too bad, Richemont. Too bad indeed. But I got to tell you, man, seriously, this is going to be we're in for a rocky road. Rolex, get it. Don't buy the speculative crap. Good, steady. If you've got the money, now is the time. If you've always wanted a Patek Philippe, now is the time. Get it. We may only have 6 months left. I think you will see a quarter of the population of the world. I'm afraid to say this, but I'm going to tell you now, a quarter could go. Okay? I'm not saying which part of the world. I'm talking Africa, India, that sort of region. But I reckon a quarter of the population will go. There will be a renewal period, and I got to tell you, wristwatches is a great way to store wealth. Wristwatches, so if you've always wanted a Patek Philippe, now is the time to pull the trigger. I'm Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays ArchieLuxury. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some nasty comments below, and until next time, ciao! I want to promote KK Design, which is a San Diego-based interior designer who specializes in full-service residential and boutique-style commercial spaces from start to finish. Reach her and check out her work at www.katek.design. Kate K all the way. I want to introduce a new company. This is Fame City Property Solutions. That's correct. They're located in Northeast Ohio. And Fame City Property Solutions replaces non-efficient lights with energy-saving LED lighting. Now, I got to tell you, the guys at Fame City, they will install energy-saving LED lights at office buildings, commercial warehouses, home improvement stores, grocery stores, schools, parking lots, and other residential homes. Now, you can email these guys at famecitypropertysolutions@gmail.com. That's all one word there. famecitypropertysolutions@gmail.com.